Hide a knife behind a smile. Charm and ingratiate oneself with the enemy. When their trust is gained, move against them in secret. Let us understand this strategy through a historical story. During the Three Kingdoms period, Wei, Shu, and Wu, Jing Province was a vital strategic hub. To the west, it bordered Yizhou of Shu, to the north, the central plains of Wei, and to the east, the Jiangdong of Wu. At that time, Guan Yu guarded Jing Province, his authority and confidence at their peak. Guan Yu, a famed general of Shu, sworn brother to Liu Bei, the king of Shu and Zhongfei. Guan Yu was revered for loyalty, bravery, and unmatched martial prowess. In 217 AD, Lu Su, Wu's grand commander, passed away. The Shu alliance began to crumble. Sun Quan, the king of Wu, had long coveted Jing. Now he awaited his moment. In 219 AD, Guan Yu launched a northern campaign to besiege Fancheng, a city held by Wei. To secure the rear, he trained and left heavy garrisons in Gonggan and Nanjun. Sensing an opening, Wu general Meng proposed to seize Jing. But to deceive Guan Yu, he offered to resign, recommending instead a little-known youth, Lu Xun, to take over his position. Lu Xun took command and laid out a strategy: feign peace, prepare for war. He sent Guan Yu a letter filled with humble flattery. General, your fame shakes the empire. You rival Jin, Wengong, and Han Xin. I am merely a young scholar, ignorant and unworthy. I hope for your guidance. Guan, you proud and dismissive of Wu generals, read the letter and burst out laughing. Nothing to fear from the east. He immediately adjusted his plan, shifted more troops to the north, focusing entirely on Fancheng. Meanwhile, Lu Xun secretly contacted Wei to plan a joint strike. Sun Quan ordered Meng to lead the invasion. Wu forces disguised themselves as merchants, crossed the Yangtze River in white robes, and hid weapons in cargo holds. Watchtowers and border guards mistook them for traders. Some let them pass. Some were destroyed by the surprise attack, marching day and night. Wu's army arrived beneath the walls of Jing, the Shu garrison undermanned and unprepared, surrendered without a fight. In a single night, the mighty fortress of Jing fell. Far away, Guan Yu was still locked in bitter battle at Fancheng. When news reached him, he was shocked and scrambled to return. But with families lost at Jing, morale shattered. His troops began to desert. Outnumbered and weakened, Guan Yu retreated to Meng, surrounded and abandoned. He was finally captured and executed. A once invincible war god had fallen, not to the sword, but to deception with a humble smile. A flawless execution of the ancient stratagem. Hide a knife behind a smile. In the workplace, marketplace, battlefield, and arena, the wisdom of the ancients still shines, timeless and enduring. Once seen as open source's fiercest opponent, Microsoft changed its tune in 2018, spending $7.5 billion to acquire GitHub. Applause followed. Developers cheered. Microsoft has changed. But soon, GitHub quietly merged deeper with Azure. Microsoft tools gained priority integration. What was once a free ground for developers gradually became Microsoft's garden. An open embrace on the surface, subtle control beneath. Microsoft's smile concealed its grip on the ecosystem. Since 2015, China and the US engaged in frequent high-level talks, promoting a new model of major country relations. The US welcomed Chinese firms to list on Wall Street, Alibaba, JD.com, and Meituan all went public on Nasdaq. But a few years later, the tide turned. Citing national security, the US struck hard. Huawei, ZTE, and Hikvision were added to the entity list. Tech sanctions escalated. Chip supplies were cut. Systems restricted. China's tech giants were hit hard. Beneath the warm handshake lay a strategic trap, layer by layer. Before the 2014 World Cup semi-final, Germany's coach praised Brazil as strong and well-organized. It all seemed friendly, as if Germany was showing weakness. But in truth, they had thoroughly studied Brazil's tactics and prepared a deadly lineup. Within just 29 minutes, Germany scored 5 goals. Brazil collapsed. The match ended 7-1, a historic humiliation for the host nation. This wasn't just football, it was psychological warfare. Even the most ordinary gestures can become the key to victory or defeat. Warfare has no constant form, just as water holds no shape. The 36 stratagems epitomize millennia of Chinese wisdom. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.